So, the movie we're going to go watch today, even though it's Halloween season and we're actually supposed to watch horror movies, we're not gonna. We're watching Jojo Rabbit tonight, which is a film directed by, I keep forgetting his name, one second, by the one and only Taika Waititi, who has also brought us What We Do in the Shadows, the movie and the TV show. And of course, one of my personal favorites that I caught at the Fantasy Film Fest, Hunt for the Wilder People, which was hilarious. He has always like this very sweet way of being humorous. It's like his films are generally always touching and at the same time incredibly funny. And this one, what I hear is it's about a little kid who loves Nazis in World War II, and he has Hitler as an imaginary friend. And then he finds out that his mother, played by Scarlett Johansson, is keeping a Jewish girl in their house. And then we just see how that unravels. So I'm expecting something incredibly funny, but something very sincere and sweet. So let's check it out. And El Terminator Dark Fate stuff. We are actually seeing that in about a week at a Paramount screening, because we live beside neighborhood and they invite us as neighbors every once in a while. So I just saw Jojo Rabbit, and I'm a sad little guy after this. No, it was a cute ending, but in the end it was a little depressing. Let's go outside and talk about this peacefully. It's the original stuff from the movie. So first thing I gotta say is that the trailer generally is a bit misleading, because the tone of the movie is not nearly as funny and happy and vibrant as it seems to be at the beginning. But nevertheless, this is a very good movie. It all, like, what makes it really happen and stand out and work properly are definitely the performances. They are incredible. Like, even the child actors, Roman Griffin Davis plays Jojo, incredible job. I gotta hand it to everybody who was doing a German accent in this film, because they were incredible. Scarlett Johansson, beautiful job. Then we also have Rebel Wilson, surprisingly delivering the perfect German accent possible. She nails those words like German and something and this. I lived there for 25 years, peeps. I know what I'm talking about. The film starts off very quirky in its humor and very fresh, pretty much exactly what you would be expecting from the trailer after you saw it. And in our main focus is Jojo, who is going to Hitler Jugend event, which is kind of like summer camp for little Nazi boys, where he gets to shoot guns and throw hand grenades. And he gets his nickname Jojo Rabbit because he's scared of killing a rabbit when one of his Nazi officers tells him to. And Jojo gets like injured in an incident with a grenade.
Got me in so much trouble.
And isn't really cut out for the Hitler Jugend anymore, and can't really become a soldier anymore, since he can't walk as well as the other Nazis and so on. And but he is a fanatic. He is in love with his country. He believes in this whole entire German big Nazi empire story. As much as he wants to be Nazi and be a German patriot, all he really kind of is just like a little boy fascinated with guns and power and the Fuhrer and grenades and shit like that.
Doesn't seem like a bad person.
So it's also very questionable just how much of a Nazi this little boy really is. It's really, in a way, his coming of age story, if you will, while his mother is the complete opposite. And then one day after the incident, he discovers that there is a Jewish girl being hidden in their house, and they develop a weird love-hate relationship, which slowly turns into a friendship.
You know what I am? Say it. A Jew. Gesundheit.
And this is where I can't go on because I'm going to spoil too much for you. But let me say, the film starts very vibrant. And it looks like you're going to have a very fun, swell time, and which you do a lot, pretty much. The beginning is very quirky and very humorous, but you notice that towards the beginning of the film, all the things happening in the background, all the Nazi flags stand proudly. Everybody believes that Germany's going to win the war, and so on and so on. And as the film progresses, the backgrounds keep changing. The colors become being less vibrant. The flags in the background less present. And you're slowly seeing, as you're watching the movie, that Germany is losing the war. The fun quirkiness at the beginning of the film gets highlighted by Jojo having an imaginary friend who is Hitler himself personally. And that is played by the one and only director of the film, Taika Waititi. And he does such an excellent job. It's so convincing. You know that funny, weird, quirky, fucked up Hitler you sometimes imagine if you want to imagine a funny version of Hitler? Yeah, he takes that role like he hits it out of the park. It's kind of incredible just how well he portrays that. Now let's get to Scarlett Johansson's character and her performance. She is in this universe here in this movie where you're either surrounded by these weird kids or fanatics or even both. And Scarlett Johansson seems, as Jojo's mother, kind of is the voice of reason here. She's the one trying to help out people in need here. She's the one who's trying to stop the war, and she really plays that off cool. I've never found her so adult working in a film. She really seems so grown up in this movie, which kind of again shows how transformable she is as an actress. She always was, and I was very impressed by this performance. Now, where the comedy is very fresh at the beginning, the more sincere this movie gets, the more we find out about the relationships people have, the more
I'm the enemy.
we kind of
You're not a Nazi,
realize that
Jojo.
Germany is losing the war.
He likes dressing up in a funny uniform. He
Weirdly,
wants to be
this
part
is
of the
also
club.
the laughs kind of die out from that point. The movie becomes increasingly less and less humorous. Since this may be Taika Waititi's most important film, and maybe even the most passionate and realistic one that he has provided us with so far, it is by far the least funny one in the whole collection of movies. But it really shows a lot of humanity. And something that I always love to say is that if you fight love, you always end up being the loser. And it's sort of just tries to tell everyone to never stop, to keep going whatever happens. Feel every feeling, go through every emotion, battle on every situation the world throws at you. Don't stop, just keep going. Which is something I personally do live by. If you're looking for something sentimental with a slightly funny note that really It makes you think about humanity and so on. Really check out Jojo Rabbit if you find it. It's an amazing little movie, but not the funny movie that'll have you laughing all day long.
Yogi? Oh, God.